Hey there, my name is Miles. Company is Wilco Land. What I'm going to present to you is a 43-acre property up in northern Washington State. This is in Stevens County. I'm going to discuss FAQs. I'm going to go over things like access, property location, how to pull up GPS coordinates and potentially visit this, talk a little bit about the background of our company, what I know about the property, and we'll get you started here. More information, photos, details will be listed on Wilco Land. So I'll go through some of that stuff a little bit quicker so I don't take too much time in this video, but let's start with looking at a few photos, discussing some common questions. One of the biggest ones we get is actually a raceway down here. Sorry to interrupt, but that's pretty cool, isn't it? So this area is in Stevens County, Washington. That's up in northern Washington, pretty close to the panhandle of Idaho. As I browsed through these photos, we had a photographer go out there and try and document this property to get a depiction of the area. So the views from the top of this property really are stunning, really absolutely fantastic. There's national forest lands around you. There's tons of outdoor recreation in this area. This property could be used potentially for timber use, even residential building, homesteads, recreation, camping up to 90 days per what the county says. So again, I'll get to some of that back end due diligence material. We'll hop onto the county GIS map to take a further look into that. So another question I'm going to get is electricity there. You know what, this is a pretty rural area, as you can see in the photos, and I will get to it on a map. There's probably no power. There is no power on the property. We're selling vacant, undeveloped land. We personally don't go to these properties. We try and get somebody out there to give us an idea of what we can expect when we're buying and something we can advertise with too. So the closest little town here is Northport. Here's the Columbia River. And all I did here was copy and paste GPS coordinates, and that would bring me right to the property. As you can see, we've got the National Forest over here. Kettle Falls down to the south, and actually the Canadian border just to the north. So I really love this location. This is one of our first properties up here. I'm excited about it, and you saw in the photos why. I mean, the views from up here are epic. We share a link to this on our website. It's a Google Earth file, so if you have Google Earth Pro on your computer, you can use a ruler to study different, hey, if I were to make it to this, maybe there's a dirt road over here, and you want to see how far it is up to our property. This ruler is going to help you do that. See if we can do feet, yards, miles. So this ruler is really great. That's a really great tool to use on Google Earth. And you can see our 43 acre here highlighted. There is no water. You'd probably drill a well out here. Septic, sewage, would be septic out here. And again, power is going to be something that, this is off grid. There's going to be no power either. So this is a national, this is like a Forest Service road, maybe like a logging road up here to the top. So you can actually drive this road. I believe this is how our photographer got up there. So that's one way to access the property. And I'll get on the GIS map here in a minute and show you some more information about this. But we actually did buy the property from one of the fellas down here. He was looking to get rid of one of them. He owns a few other properties. And I can show you what land ownership is here too. This huge property is Inland Empire Paper Company. So I'm guessing that's a logging company. And then you can click around on some of these too. What do we have over here? This is owned by Stevens County. I'm guessing that's National Forest. So again, I can click on some of these more, but if you're interested, the GIS map, this is more National Forest. So the GIS map on Stevens County's website will get you there, and you can start looking at different ownership. So one big thing I want to discuss in this property is access. There is legal deeded access to this property. It was granted to us during our purchase. And so to my knowledge, and I'm not an expert at reading these survey maps, if you're going to build or develop on this, you probably get a survey at some point and talk to some experts. But as you can see here, there's a road coming through this two-track that goes to potentially this development down here, a private owner. And then there is some more structure down here. So here's a road coming in. You can't see probably, if there is anything in here, you probably can't see it because of the tree growth. But what I do believe, and what I think, if I'm correct, so off the main road, you're either gonna take, this road off the main road, or, I don't know if I'd call it main, or something like this to get back through here. If I can move this and zoom down, maybe we can see something better here. So there's a little sign. This is actually a sign of a road right here too. Right here, you can see that two-track comes back through here. So that two-track probably rolls all the way around here. And the easement exists, would get you up here. So this is an out, you can zigzag your way up there. The biggest thing, like I said, I want to talk about is access. So I'm going to have this in the listing. You can read through it. It's the easement from the previous owner to us, and it describes where it is. So let's get down to the image. So that's a lot of language up there, legal language, talking about plat maps, and really just kind of in layman's terms. This is our property, B here, and some of that's described up top that we looked at. A is going to be the one I just showed. I believe this is a building. So the building we see here, that should be right there. And here's that road, Black Bear Way. So this is Black Bear Way, FYI. So Black Bear Way is what you're going to take in. And it looks like you will go, this might be your spot to veer off here. And again, you're looking for natural features. So I see this house. Okay, keep going, Black Bear Way, Black Bear Way. Oh, go to this guy's place. You've probably gone too far. Okay, keep going. Now this 2-track comes back behind this little mountain here, all the way through. Follow that back here. And this is your easement. 30 to 40 foot easement along this whole side. So you can zigzag it in. I don't know how this little section works. If you want to just visit it and find the easiest route possible, go for it. I would zoom out. It looks like you're coming in from the north on this route. Assuming, there's an access point off this road, getting you up here and over around here. So if not, head back this way, stay left of that house, start walking at some point. Not sure, where is this property? There's probably no survey markers. Look for the spine of the mountain here. And again, using that tool, this is an approximation, but once you get about 195 feet, 65 yards from this road, that's kind of where our property starts. So again, using that ruler is going to help just visualize things when you're out there. So again, we covered the easement. We know where it is. We know there's legal access. We've got that out of the way. And there actually looks to be, so this is Stevens County map search. It's a GIS map. It's a photo. But check this out. We did a layer for rivers, and this is our property, 43506. Looks like there's a stream or a river starting to come down. Maybe it's runoff, but that's kind of interesting. That's a unique feature that might be seasonal. It may not even exist anymore. So that's pretty faint on that imagery, but check it out when you get there. Again, looking at photos, like I said, this is what it looks like when I download it on Google Earth. We check that out. Last thing I want to show you is zoning and land use. So I have the property pulled up on Stevens County Land Use and Zoning. I believe the property is actually NRF. So forest lands highlighted here in green. This is ours. And to read more about forest lands, it's over here on the left-hand side. And you can just Google, Stevens County Land Use and Zoning, Stevens County GIS Map, and this will come up. I'm going to try and make a video on each county, how to use their GIS maps, but this is going to describe zoning. What I also did was Stevens County, Washington, they have development, zoning, subdivision regulations here. I also will have this linked in the listing. It is a huge, 162-page document about zoning. What is the permitted uses? What's the definition? Why is it in place? Things like that. How do they enforce it? Yada yada yada. So that's County Code Title 3, effective July 12th. So yeah, check that out. It'll be linked in there. And again, I was told from the county that there's actually single family, or you can build one home per 20 acres on the property. Should be able to be used maybe for timber, recreation, camping up to 90 days. Again, we will offer owner carry. If you want to visit it, we are more of a self-service real estate model. Let me know if you do have questions. I'm available at 605-250-1256. Again, my name is Miles McLaughlin. Our company here is Wilco Land. So give us a call if you're interested in land. We'll see what we can do for you.